Coming up next, we're going to dive into why you should stay in your job. And then an unbelievable news story. Employees voting on their own raises. And of course, we're going to take your calls, and it all starts right now. All right, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you win at work and in life. We want to help you make more money than you've ever made before and experience more meaning than you ever have before. Is that possible? The answer is yes. You need to stop looking at work as a four-letter word and realize that it is an opportunity for you to not only provide for your family in provision, but also to experience meaning and contribution like you never have before. We're going to help you win, win, win. And let me just tell you something. You show me a woman or a man who's on purpose in their work life, doing something they were born to do, making that unique contribution, and I'll show you somebody who's winning in their personal life as well. You cannot separate purpose from your relational life and your professional life. It's all intertwined. We're going to help you win in those areas. 844-747-2577 is the number to jump in. It is a free call. But first, let's dive into one of the biggest trends we have ever seen in the world at work. People just straight up leaving, hey, I'm moving on for a new place and a better check. And we've never seen it at this rate before. Quick review of the numbers. Over the last 3 months, we look at October, September, and August job numbers. 12 plus million people have moved. I mean, it is an arms race for companies. Yeah, I mean, it's like, this is the great talent grab. It is a fierce competition, and companies are trying to figure out how in the world to keep people, how in the world to attract people. It is very unique. But I want to throw a caution flag, if I might. Slow your roll for a second if you're thinking about moving on. And I want to get very specific, because if you're not careful, you'll see the trend. You go, well, everybody else is doing it, and I can go get a bigger paycheck. Let's go. And I can't tell you how many times we've had callers on the show call me and go, Ken, I took a promotion, I took a bigger paycheck. It's not what I thought it was. Now what? Uh-oh. So let's press pause. Let's throw the old caution flag out there for you NASCAR fans that know what that means. Right? And let's slow down and let's look at why you should stay in your job. Reasons why you should stay, no matter what everybody else is doing. First, you still need some more skill and experience. You need more skill and experience to actually get where you want to go. Now, quick asterisk here before I dive too much further into this, and I should have stipulated. These are reasons that apply to people who have a strategy and have a purpose for what they're doing. They've got a professional vision. There is that pinnacle that they're trying to reach. Outside of that, I mean, that's why you're listening to the show anyway. This won't apply to you. So we'll help those of you who have no idea what it is. But this is specifically applied to people who go, I know where I'm headed and why I'm headed there. And you got to be really careful sometimes not to move at the wrong time to the wrong place. So that first reason, you need some more skill and experience. You move right now, and you're interrupting that skill and experience, and you're in an entry level anyway. So why move from entry level to entry level just for a paycheck? You got to think about this stuff. So if you need skill and experience, it might be a good idea if we're just moving from one place to the next. And this was an intentional move for you prior to seeing all these people move and level up from a paycheck standpoint. Does this really help you in the big picture? Or is it a short-term hit? I feel good and it looks good. Feel good about the money and it looks good because I tell everybody, oh, I got a bump. Is it actually good for my journey? Second reason you might need to stay. It's the right ladder. You could go make a little bit more somewhere else, but it may not be a ladder, meaning it doesn't offer you the opportunity to climb, to advance, but your current job does. It's the right ladder. Have some patience. Have some maturity to go, hey, yes, I could go get more money, but that's a short-term play. The long-term play is if I stay here and do a good job, I've got the opportunity to climb. Number 3, you can't take a risk financially. Another move would be the right move if financially you could do it. I get this call a lot. Ken, should I take a temporary pay cut? Well, it depends. And then I start walking through their financial reality. For some of you, there's an opportunity that you're thinking about or that you see right now. Ken, I can leave. It's going to get me on the right ladder, but financially, it's going to be almost impossible to do. Then I say, hold. There's going to be other opportunities. You got to get your financial house in order. That stability is everything. Don't assume that the opportunity that would cause you to take a pay cut that would be harmful to you is the only opportunity. It's not. And the third reason you should stay, fourth, you don't know where you want to go. So now you're just playing hopscotch. They're just moving around. Hey, whee, it's musical chairs. It's always fun. The music's playing, Ken. But I think making a move just for a paycheck, when you're not sure what you want to do anyway, causes all kinds of issues. You make a move and you realize, oh, I took the paycheck, but it's a crappy culture. It's absolutely not the work that I want to do, and I'm getting more clarity. No, hold. Don't move until you know where you need to move. This seems obvious, but a lot of people are doing this right now. You watch the numbers and the data. I'm just going to sit back and wait for it. As we begin to look at this year, we will reflect on 2021 and I think a good portion of 2022 where we continue to see what they're calling this great resignation play out, where people are shifting and making all kinds of moves. You're going to see a lot of people who made the move just for the money. They have no idea where they ultimately want to be. And this is only going to prolong the lack of meaning, the lack of direction that they already were experiencing. And then they're going to feel trapped. Well, I made this move. Can I level up again? It's going to make me look like I'm job hopping. Yeah. If you don't want to look like a flake, this is going to blow your mind with this wisdom I'm about ready to drop. Don't act like a flake. I know. I'm going to let that sit for a second because sometimes I drop so much wisdom that just you people need to process it. I'm jesting. I'm being heavily sarcastic. But can we just own this for a second? If you don't want to look like a job hopper, don't job hop. I know. It's amazing, right? Probably should shut the show down and end it there because that's just too much for people to handle. Come on, folks. Think about this stuff. Think about this. So those are 4 reasons. You need skill and experience. So stay and get the skill and experience. You're not done baking, if you will. I told Alex when we were cooking this up. You need to stay in the oven a little bit longer. It's the right ladder. Be patient. You're going to have an opportunity to step up. You can't move right now financially. It would be a bad move for you. Don't do that. Don't set yourself behind the 8 ball. And then you're not clear where you want to go anyway, so sit tight. Don't just launch out. It's like getting in a sailboat and going, well, we have no idea where we want to go. No. What's the nautical term or phrase? Set your heading. Don't just get out and go. Be smart about it. So I hope that encourages some of you to go, okay, you know what? I need to stay. It's the right thing. The rest of you need to stay because the show continues in a moment. You were created to fill a unique role in this world, but figuring out what that is can feel overwhelming. That's why we created the Get Clear Career Assessment. In less than 15 minutes, you'll get customized results that clarify and verify what you do best, the work you love, and the results you want to produce. You'll even get a list of professional possibilities to help you jumpstart the job search. To get started, go to kencoleman.com/assessment. Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, coming to you live from our Nashville studios at Ramsey Solutions Worldwide headquarters. During the first segment, I'm looking through the glass. People can watch the show, and by the way, if you'd ever like to come watch the show, you can watch it live in the lobby. And I'm in the first segment, and I see one of my pals, author I love to, and he's a fellow historian. He's actually a real historian. I'm just an amateur wannabe historian. But I see my pal Stephen Mansfield walk by the glass, just gives me the hey ho. It's like, well, I didn't even know he was here. Is he still out there? Oh, he's out in the lobby? Oh, okay. There. Oh, fantastic. Well, that's kind of fun. Kind of like, hey, what's going on? This guy's great. So you know what? If you don't know who Stephen Mansfield is, and you go, okay, Ken, I kind of connect with you. I like the stuff that you like, and I want to know who you learn from and who you read. I get to adopt Stephen because of his friendship with Dave Ramsey, right? My mentor, the guy who runs the mothership here. But Stephen's a great guy. And so dudes specifically, hey, you want to dive deep in your life? You need to know who Stephen Mansfield is. And by the way, if you ever see us together, it's one of the funniest things you've ever seen. It's like the real life Mutt and Jeff, a few older people. Oh, there he is. Oh, we just showed him in the lobby. That's even better. There he's waving. I love this guy, and I just got to give him a shout out. I'm a little bit mad because he didn't text me. He didn't email me to tell me he was coming in. I'll deal with that later, and I'll show him some love instead. So, yeah, well, he should be sorry. He really should be. I'm going to not let him live that one down for a while. But, hey, you need to check his stuff out, guys. Dudes that want to be serious, dudes that want to push themselves. He's a great guy. Great guy. Love him. What I was saying is, if you see the two of us together, he's like 6'5", and I'm 5'8", and it's really fun. Because it's like, oh, there's a real-sized man, and then there's the little-sized man. It's kind of funny. So there you go. All right, to the phones we go. Michael joins us in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Michael, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Appreciate your time.
You bet.
So just a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the Army for the last 16 years, done a wide variety of different careers, currently in recruiting, been here for about the last 9 years. I got my bachelor's degree in marketing, but I'm probably getting out of the Army within the next year.
Okay.
Not really sure on how to ensure that once I make that transition out, how whenever I go for my next career, ensure that I'm not undervaluing or overvaluing my experience and my education when looking for that next job, and also making sure that, the salary is right.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for your service to our country. You're a great American.
Thank you.
Second, I don't think there's any chance that you're going to overvalue yourself. I'm hearing a guy that is struggling with undervaluing himself. It's all over you like a big, heavy blanket. True or false?
Oh, it's true. Like I said, I've known the Army for 16 years.
Yeah.
I know what the next pay raise is. Every year, every rank, all that stuff.
I get it. So your issue is not overvaluing yourself. Your issue is undervaluing yourself. And the reason you're undervaluing yourself is really, I think, two things. Number one, I'm not sure that you've done a really good inventory of the experience that you've had over 16 years and the skills you've developed over 16 years in one of the greatest organizations in the world. The second thing is I think you've not done enough research out in the marketplace to go, what's actually out there that is in a space that I'm interested in. And I think that maybe you've done a little cursory search, but I think the first problem, we got to solve that. That will lead you to when you're out there looking, okay, and you begin to see things, you go, oh, I can in fact do that. So this is actually pretty simple, and I'm going to lead you through this, okay? So I want you to give me, and we're going to play with just top threes to allow your brain to free up, all right? Now, this only works if you allow yourself to just speak freely and to feel these answers, not overthink it. Are you willing to do this?
Absolutely.
All right, great. So, Michael, 16 years of military service, okay? What do you think are your most valuable professional experiences? Like I've got experience doing this, and this, and I know that those are really valuable. Give me the top three types of experience you have from your time in the Army.
So the top one would be definitely what I've heard my entire career is I am a grinder. I will work to no end. Does that make sense? So I will sacrifice and work for the unit, team, organization that I'm a part of. And
in what way? In what way? Because I'm gonna make this more
accomplish
specific.
the mission. right? So
Yeah,
to accomplish the mission, right? Task-driven.
There we go. I need specifics. So
I got you.
processes, tasks. Is this in procurement? Is this in what kind of work are we talking about specifically? I know you work tirelessly, but you've got experience getting a lot of stuff done under heavy pressure, tight deadlines. Am I right?
Absolutely. So my experience in the military is logistics based. I was in combat arms for a little while.
Great.
And then also, like I said, I've been in recruiting for the last 9 years.
All right. But we're doing our top three. So the top experience that you listed is you have got a ton of experience getting stuff done in one of the most proficient organizations in the world. True or false?
Correct.
Yeah, man. You are a get-her-done guy. You got a lot of experience with logistics, processes, systems, people, getting stuff done. You're an operations maniac. Yes?
Correct.
You see how we're talking about ourselves now?
Yep.
By the way, this is all true. All right, what else? Quickly, we got to move. What's another great type of a bucket of experience you have?
Building teams.
Building teams.
Bringing people together and getting them on board as well.
Good. Give me one more. That's fine. That'll work.
Yeah.
All right? No, that's okay. Listen, you are you tracking with what I'm doing with you right now?
Yes, trying to find the strengths.
Well, I'm helping you with the narrative. The narrative is you've got a ton of experience, watch this, with processes and organizational effectiveness, and you've got a ton of experience with recruiting, assembling, and leading talented people. Yes?
Yes.
That's your new narrative because that's what you have a ton of experience in. Now let's flip this. You're also really gifted and skilled in those areas of experience. Yes?
Yes.
All right, then. So now you go, I'm not going to undervalue myself, and quite frankly, I'm not going to overvalue. I'm going to properly value myself, and here's what my narrative is. I've got a ton of operational and organizational experience, and as a result, I've developed some tremendous skills in those areas. I have a lot of experience in recruiting, assembling, retaining talent, motivating talent, people we're talking about here. So when it comes to operations and people, you've got a ton of experience and skill. True or false?
True.
All right, then. So you're no longer undervaluing, and I'm not even worried about a guy like you overvaluing because that's not the issue. The issue is what are operations, systems, leadership positions. I think you bring a really unique combination in that you can lead in those areas. You've led in those areas. So you could be a COO for a small business of 200 people. You could be a director of operations for a large company. Why? Because the U.S. military, specifically the Army, has trained you and allowed you and promoted you to do that kind of work. You're already trained. It's just a function of coming into the private sector and stepping in. You eat operations for breakfast. You're great at identifying talented people, putting them in the right place, and encouraging them and equipping them to win. Yes?
Yes.
All right, then. Start looking for those.
I guess the big thing that's kind of undervalued, got me in that rut was when I do, like you said, I've done a little bit of research myself, right?
Yeah.
And a lot
I got
of the job
20
qualifications
seconds.
a lot of the job qualifications require knowledge in specific systems that.
So then go get them. Go get those qualifications while you're still in the Army.
Yeah. Right.
These are online courses and certifications you can take while Uncle Sam's paying you to do it. Come on, man. Get after it. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
Our world is changing, but so are we. Now, we see a smile through someone's eyes. We conquer our struggles and cherish each moment because we're shielded through faith and assured by hope. And greatest of all, we love. The world is different, but so are we.
Welcome back, America. You have joined the conversation here on the Ken Coleman Show, where we're helping you win at work and at life. Life is just too stinking short to go to work every week and go, I'm just trying to get the paycheck. That's all I'm looking for here. Well, that's a recipe for absolute relational and professional disaster. Distraction, stuckness, failure. I could just keep on going. And that's just, the reality. And so we're going to help you avoid that or help you get out of that if you're in it. One of the ways we do that is we give you tons of free resources at kencoleman.com. We've got articles. We've got free resources like the resume guide, the how to win the interview guide, the should I quit my job quiz, the career clarity guide. Folks, the assessment, the career assessment, the books, the proximity principle, from paycheck to purse. We've got all kinds of resources, whether you buy them or they're free. And then there are resources that I tell you about that I've checked out on your behalf and I believe in. And one of those is ZipRecruiter, the number one hiring site in the United States. Their candidates are 3 times as likely to get hired because of how good they actually recruit on your behalf. And it's free. It's easy and free. We're talking about minutes at ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. Automated, they walk you through it all. You upload 1 resume, not 15 resumes, not 45 resumes. Oh, some of you are getting relief from your indigestion already. 1 resume, 1 profile, submit. They start taking your profile and through their unbelievable technology and their pros on their team, they start matching you up to companies who are paying them for you. They need access to you. And the Ken Coleman Show audience is as on purpose as anybody on the planet. ZipRecruiter is loving you folks. Companies are in a hiring frenzy. And part of the process that makes getting hired so awful is how you get ignored, overlooked. ZipRecruiter does that hard work for you. Companies want access to you, and you get updates from ZipRecruiter when you get looked at, when you get a like on your profile, and then when the companies ask for your contact info and Zip puts them directly in touch with you. I love what they're doing. They figured it out. They're crushing it. And I don't know why you or your family members or your friends tell them about it. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. That is so easy. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. Go today. All right. Every once in a while, I come by a story that I go, what? And I really want to break it down for you because this is another story that I think could become a trend. And I want to know what you think about it. Let's get to it in the news. All right, CBS News headline. At this tech company, workers vote on each other's pay raises. Huh? I mean, that's literally what I said when I was like, when Alex put this on I was like, what? Okay. So, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm going to give you some of the stuff directly from the article, and I'm going to comment as I go, because this kind of stuff is coming. I don't think this is going to be an outlier. We'll see. The company, the name of the company is Expensify, and they help people, file expenses, right? So they've got a software, and so they're helping companies with all their company expenses, obviously the tax implications and budgeting and all these things. So that's what they do. And here's what they have done. Every employee has the opportunity to vote on their fellow workers' pay, including the CEO. No negotiation is involved because it is a vote. I'm going to break this down. Pay at Expensify is based on your coworkers' assessment of your performance and broader contributions to the company. Now, this is a direct quote from David Barrett, their CEO. I think it controls for internal bias because there's no manager you have to suck up to. The only way you can game the system is by kicking butt. You win by being amazing. Okay. That's not true. This is good old-fashioned tribalism and politics at play. In some ways, this reminds me, and I'm not trying to give CBS a nod here, of Survivor. It's like outwit, outlast, outplay, I think is the thing. And I used to watch it when it came out. It feels a little bit like this. I don't think that the only way you can game the system is by kicking butt. We'll keep going. Now, there's 140 workers at Expensify. And they ask everybody to do it. You don't have to. So here's how their compensation review works. It's voluntary, but they ask all 140 people to participate. Most of them do. Even if you opt out, your pay still gets voted on. So if you go, man, I don't like this, tough cookies, somebody else is voting on your comp package. Now, this is mind-blowing. I told Amanda this, and she was like, what? The voting process takes about 10 hours to complete. And then they repeat this process every 6 months. The voting requires so much time because each employee is shown a pair of workers side by side. Now, I asked Nathan to throw this up on the screen, so I want you to see what they're getting. So you got Adele Kennedy there and Jules Rosser. All right? And so this is what people see. And so what they do is they are shown a pair of workers like you're seeing on the screen with their names and information and their accomplishments. And then they are asked which one should be paid more. Now, is anybody uncomfortable with this yet? Because I am. I see this and I go, what? Which? I'm picking between these two people. It begs the question, how well do I know Jules versus Adele or whoever it was? I've already forgotten who they were. Like, do I know them well enough? Is it Adele? Is it Jules? What? Well, what if I know Jules and I know Jules is doing a good job? I don't know much about Adele. Is it fair for me to say that Jules should make more based on my knowledge of Jules? I think this is fraught with all kinds of problems here. Now, here's how we keep going. After the voting is completed, and so there's a pairing because here's what they do. So let's say you choose Jules. So Jules gets the vote, but Nathan may do the same vote, and he picks Adele. So it's all scored. Now, here's how it works. After the voting is completed, the company trims out the outline top and bottom scores to control for people who have grudges or who want to reward their friends. So they're trying to address what I said I think was still a problem. They think they've addressed it by going, we're throwing out the highs and we're throwing out the lows. Next, the workers are ranked on a scale from 1 to 140, reflecting Expensify's headcount. Workers landing at the top of the scale get the biggest pay hikes, while those at the bottom may see small or no raise, and no one's pay is cut. All right, so they had some experts weigh in on this, and I want to highlight a couple. I got to move quickly here, but stay with me on this. Harvard Business School assistant professor Julian Zlatev said, sounds like they're trying to democratize, performance evaluation. But he pointed out there could be issues if you don't know the people who are being asked to rank. Hello. You'll be inevitably ranking people you don't have a lot to do with on a day-to-day basis. And it feels like comparing apples to oranges. I agree 100% with that issue. The other issue I have is, beyond the apples to oranges, is you could try to throw out the highs and lows, but if I'm out there campaigning and working and we've got a person who's a problem person and we're out there trying to just take them out, it doesn't allow for leadership to truly coach this person up, to help them win, to help them grow. It becomes this, can I tell you what I think it becomes? I think it becomes socialism. I'm not making a political statement. I'm saying this feels like, oh, it's a democracy, everybody's voting. What we're doing is like people are weighing in on how much they like a person, and there's no leadership involved here. There's no leadership sitting with the person going, hey, we got a growth plan for you. And if you do these things and win, and we measure these things and you win, you grow. It's taking leadership out of the growth process. It's just, we're all going to just kind of be the power. I don't like it because it removes the leadership communication and the leadership piece that is also vital in someone growing and learning and exploring and expanding their horizons. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Are you wondering if you should leave your current job or stay put? Well, you're not alone. That's why we created the Should I Quit My Job quiz. In just 5 minutes or less, this quiz will help you determine if you're at the right company and if you're in the right role. And if you need to make a move, you'll get practical steps to keep you moving forward. Folks, it's time to get unstuck. Life is too short not to do what you were created to do. Go take the quiz right now at kencoleman.com/quiz. Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. We're helping you win in your work and win in your life. They're inextricably connected. If you're winning at work, it's going to help the home life. And if you're winning in your relationships and home life and in your health, in your habits, your mindset, then you're going to also be bringing that to work with you as well. I want to talk about the whole picture. Bottom line, this show is to help you get fulfillment and the financial benefit from work, whatever that looks like, no matter where you are in the 7 stages. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, give yourself away. We'll help you identify where you are and then move forward. 844-747-2577. Stephen joins us in San Angelo, Texas. Stephen, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. How you doing?
I'm living the dream, Stephen. What are you doing?
I'm trying to establish some contacts with companies and get hired in another state before I relocate.
Okay. So what do we need to work on specifically? What are you challenged by? What are you unsure of?
I'm getting phone interviews and I'm getting in touch with people, but then it's going cold. They'll say, "Hey, we'll call you back tomorrow," or "I'll pass you up to our hiring manager," and then it just kind of goes cold.
Okay. And you know exactly what city and what state you're looking into, or is it more of a region? I mean, what's our target?
Billings, Montana is exactly where I'm going, and I want to sell cars or RVs. I want to be a salesperson.
Okay. I think it's really hard to go about it the way you're going about it. So I think your results, the good news is, I got good news and bad news. The good news is that you know where you want to go and you know exactly what you want to do. The bad news is you're getting the same result that I would expect you're getting the results based on your efforts. Like, it's hard to hire a salesman, an RV salesman, and you're emailing and calling people and they're like, "Okay, we're in front of you." You gotta get in front of these people. So I think the play is some trips to Billings, Montana. I really do.
I went once already.
Yeah, and what'd you do when you were there?
I went and I looked at apartment complexes and I tried to visit businesses, but a lot of them were closed while I was there.
Okay,
so I didn't get to get in front of a lot of people while I was there.
Okay, when were you there that they were closed? What day of the week?
It was Sunday. It was just a constraint of when I could travel.
Well, so we changed that.
Yeah.
You got vacation time? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I'm contracting right now, so I can do whatever I want.
Oh, well, now you really put yourself in a corner. Now I'm really fired up. I don't know why we aren't booking a flight to Billings today. I'm as serious as I can be. Because here's the deal. This is a unique industry. Selling RVs and cars is all about face-to-face. It's all it is. So you showing up and walking in off the street, 2 car lots and RV lots where they are actually hiring. So we're going to go where they're saying we're hiring. And you walk in there, you're looking sharp, dressed the way the guys and the gals on the lot dress, by the way. Okay? You can figure that out.
Yeah.
Even if you got to go a day early and canvass all these places, right? See what it looks like. What are they dressing like? And I'd show up. I'd have all the application. I'd have a Ken Coleman resume right off my website, so it looks very, very different. And you've got some killer endorsements from people who sell stuff, car sales managers, whatever, who go, "Let me tell you something about Steven. I've known him this long. The guy connects with human beings like I've never seen before." I mean, dude, you go in there and go, "Hey, listen, I'm living in San Angelo, Texas. I want to be in Billings, Montana, and I love selling cars and RVs, and I can do this job. These are my top talents. This is the kind of work I love to do, and this is why I love to do it. Talent, passion, mission. Have your purpose statement ready to go, your version, and walk in there, look sharp, smile, confident, and go, "Hey, I'm ready to start today." or whatever it is. But you just got to go in there and let them size you up.
True.
Okay?
I mean, they don't sound super excited on the phone when I'm interviewing with them, because there is that barrier of I'm so far away.
They're not excited to talk to a potential car salesman who lives halfway across the country.
Yeah, that's true.
They're excited to talk to somebody who's standing in front of them who's ready for work.
Right.
That's what we do.
I get to go back to billing.
My man. And you don't go on Sunday. You go Monday through Wednesday. If there's 5 car lots, if there's 10 car lots in Billings, I'm circling them all. And I've got enough time to where I'm going by. I mean, this actually works. It really works. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
You were created to fill a unique role in and through your work. Now, some of you may be going, I have no idea what that is. Some of you may be saying, I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to get there. I felt all of those emotions. I've been where you are, and I can tell you, there's hope. That's why I wrote the book, From Paycheck to Purpose. You can make the income you want and the impact that you desire, and I know that you have what it takes.
Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you win at work and at life. It is a free phone call to jump in, 844-747-2577. I got to go to 2 comments in the YouTube chat room. These are very different comments, but must be addressed. The first one, I want to give a shout out to Emily Topler. She said in the chat room, I'm excited to share that I finally got a job on campus at my university after over a year and a half of searching. Also, I used the tips that Ken discussed as I've already worked 5 days. Way to go, Emily. How about that? That is absolutely awesome. I love this not just because she got the gig. I really love this because she stayed with it. This is a year and a half of searching. Can we say that's not easy to stay with that? Way to go, Emily. Really, really awesome. And then Tony, I don't know who Tony is. And I don't know how long Tony's been watching the show. But Nathan, we need to be ready for a close-up here because this is unbelievable. Tony says, nice comb over, Ken. I think that's the secret to career success. All right. Seriously? All right, let's get on this camera. Where is there a comb over? There's no comb over. This is a natural, this side of my, I'll see, I'm all confused. This side of my hair naturally goes this way, and this is the part, but it kind of goes back. He's calling this a comb over? Really? I got to talk to the team afterwards. Alex, tell me right now so I can move forward. Is this really a comb over? This is called a part. Am I right, Nathan? Help me out. No? You don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I let my wife tell me what to do with my hair.
I got to tell you.
It's not a comb over.
I know it's not a comb over. I'm having fun with Tony. Wow. Tony thinks I got a comb over. Now, I will tell you I'm 2 or 3 weeks overdue for a cut. I'm getting a cut Thursday afternoon after the show. I thought that was funny. Didn't hurt my feelings. I legitimately think that's funny. Tony, here's what I'd like you to do because I want to equip people. I want you to go search charismatic preachers on TV with comb-overs, and you will see true comb-overs where, by the way, the part starts about right here. If anybody wants to know what a real comb-over is, it starts about right here, and the hair it's like Trump. It's grown down to here, and then he goes all the way over. Tony, you're killing me. I got a good head of hair, man. Oh, my gosh. People are going, he's actually paying attention to the comments in the YouTube chat room. And I also got to tell you, I really love it. I love that you guys give me feedback and actually engage. Okay, so Santiago. Alex, I'm going to stay here because I got a question. So Santiago writes in, Ken, would it be wise to leave a job that is already paying good for another job that would pay more, especially in these weird times that we are living in? Is it not worth the move? Okay, so this is directly related to the teaching at the top of the show, Santiago. And so you can actually rewind and see what I taught on at the start of the show because, and I'll just hit it quickly for you, it may not be the best move just to take a better paycheck. So Santiago comes back to, would this other job that pays more also give you the skills and experience that you need? And would it also keep you on the ladder that you need to climb to get where you want to go? If that's the case, I say go. But if it's just a paycheck and it's not getting you the relevant experience and skills, allowing you to develop the skills you need, then I would say no, don't be distracted by the paycheck. But rewind to the start of the show, Santiago, and then re-examine the 4 reasons why you would say. But I think I gave you the easy classification for you to decide if you want to do that. Okay, so good stuff. All right, love the group out there. Thank you, Carrie Chapman. It's not a comb over, but it was a good laugh. Then good, I've done my job today. And maybe tomorrow I'll actually attempt to do a true comb over and just see how that looks. I'll part the hair somewhere in this range, and we'll just see what it looks like just for fun. And I'll wear like a leisure suit from the 70s, the whole 9 yards. That'd be great. All right, to the phones we go. Manchester, New Hampshire. Philip joins us there. Philip, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, how are you?
I'm living the dream. What's going on with you today?
Well, I'm not, and that's why I'm calling. I wanted to talk to you. I actually just got a new job about 3 months ago.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It hasn't been great. It's been okay. Not great, but basically I feel like I don't fit in with the culture very well. It's a very toxic culture, and I'm afraid to come into work every day because I'm afraid of what my supervisors are going to say to me and how they're going to nitpick my work and everything.
I'm sorry about
and
that.
I just don't feel very welcome there. They want me to grow into a role of being the head of the department that I'm in.
Do you want
that?
that?
Don't have anybody. I thought I did. I feel like I might not be ready for it, although I am learning and growing.
All right, let me ask you this.
But,
when you took this job 3 months ago, because our time is short, I've got about 4 minutes, so I want to really focus here. When you took the job 3 months ago, was this a strategic move? You know, you've listened to me enough to know what I mean by that, like the ladder. Was this a move that moved you closer to your sweet spot or closer to your dream job? Or was it just a good paycheck? It's okay
it might
if
have
it
been
was.
A combination of both.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been a combination of both.
So let me put it this way.
I might be...
Let me put it this way, okay? I know I'm cutting you off, but I'm trying to get to something quickly. If you weren't dealing with the micromanaging, the nitpicking, what you're calling toxic, if that wasn't going on right now, would you be questioning this move?
Probably not, no.
Okay. So it is strategic, and it has some good possibilities.
Okay.
No. I'm asking. Is that true or false?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true, for sure.
Okay, then. So here's what I'm going to ask you. I don't have a clear-cut answer. Well, let me put this. What is the nature of your question? Hey, Ken, should I be feeling this way, or should I be leaving? What was the nature of your question?
Well, I was going to get to the fact that I'm actually in touch with a previous employer who, the person who would end up being my supervisor actually told me if I do want to move back to them, then I can just call them. And I did leave for a reason, but I feel like I probably could have stuck out those reasons.
What reason did you leave?
Done.
Why'd you leave?
The same, well, I was actually a little afraid that they were going to go under because I work in construction and they had a bunch of projects that were in the red. And yeah, so I was.
Can I tell you what I've
that.
heard, Philip?
Yeah.
Twice in this phone call, I've heard fear.
Yeah.
I think you are a guy who's really afraid, and there's a reason why you tend to lean towards worry and fear. Am I right?
Yeah.
This is a pattern in your life?
Yeah, for sure.
The first thing you said at the start of the call, I made note of it. You said, I'm afraid to go into work every day.
Yeah.
But when you told me, and the rest of the sentence was just nitpicking, maybe a little too much pressure, that's fear. And then you said,
Yeah.
I left because I was afraid the company was going to go under. I feel like you're jumping out way in front of stuff because of your disposition or your experience combination. The experience has driven your disposition to where you tend to always see the negative. You see the worst possible scenario a lot. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're definitely right.
All right, then. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Back to what I was about to say, and I'm glad I recalibrated your real question. I don't have a clear-cut answer for you because I think part of this issue is you're not seeing clearly. See, fear does two things. It either protects us or paralyzes us. And I think you get paralyzed by fear so much and you can create this thing that it's protecting you. I don't think it's protecting you from anything. That construction company didn't go under. You thought they might. Now they want you back. This company's new, it's different, and you're coming up with toxicity when maybe it's not toxicity, maybe it's different, maybe it's difficult. None of those are reasons to leave. I think you need to ask yourself, what do I really want to do and why do I want to do it? And then how am I letting fear create false narratives for me at work? I think you need to get healthy first, then decide.
Thanks for listening to The Ken Coleman Show. For more, you can find the show on demand wherever you listen to podcasts and watch the show on YouTube. You can also find Ken across all social media by following @Ken Coleman.